gauge wheel. There's a recess here. We keep the weight of the row unit away from the seed furrow. In this unit, it's pretty much close to it. So this one gives us this recess. And even in hard no-till ground, this is ground that's being used by the leading edge blade and the opener. We still get the benefit of having the weight away from the seed furrow to help minimize sidewall compaction. As we open the unit in the boot, there's a boot up here that sits between those discs, but we use there's a firming point. Anybody know what the firming point has two missions? What they are? This firming point. The firming point helps create a V. So we have a V trench. So when the planter drops the seed, it drops it at the same depth every time. Right? If you look over here, you see a ribbon of dirt, also known as a W. Right? Every planter creates the W. It's just how you manage the W. Why is it important? Because small changes in depth in the seed furrow have an impact on convergence. What we want with our crop, so we want it to converge even. So how do we manage the W? Both planters create the W. How do we manage it? With this, you can leave it like that. You can see how you've got seed drop to the left and to the right of that W or on top. All right, so that gives you different seed placement. Anybody using heard of a heat seed firmer? Heat seed firmer, just a piece of plastic that goes behind the planter to help take out that W. What happens is you're doing it after the seed drops. The heat seed firmer presses the seed. It can press it at different depths depending on where it's laying on that ribbon of dirt on top, to the left or the right. And then also, if it's wet, that seed firmer gets sticky, it can drag the seed. And what happens when you drag the seed is you get seed too close together, and that's where you end up with some doubles and triples. With the Case IH firming point, it's shaped like a V. You take out the W before the seed drops. So the only thing that's going to touch the seed after the seed drops is going to be like a pop-up starter fertilizer if you're using it in soil. They are, you can see a worn firming point and a new firming point. It's a wear item on the planter. You just need to pay attention to it. It's really critical in creating that V trench so the seed drops at the same depth all the time. Pass this around. The seed boot is also important in helping create that seed trench. Because remember we talked about we're keeping compaction away from minimizing it away from the furrow. Over here we've got a lot of compaction on that seed furrow. We use the boot to help hold the seed furrow open because most of the time it's not firm enough. So we use the boot to keep that seed furrow open. The seed tubes here, the seed drops, and we come back with that closing system all on motion. Boots also, here's a good boot. The new boots that you would get just black. Here's a boot that's kind of worn out, it's bent, it's got some grooves, but this is a seed boot. Okay, how about closing systems? We use a two-stage closing system versus a one-stage closing system. So that system, we're pitching together, right? Two-stage closing system. What we have, we open up the furrow, we got the fresh dirt on the top, and we just roll it over. We want good seed-to-soil contact. Why do we want good seed-to-soil contact? If we have air pockets around the seed, we reduce germination, interfere with germination. We just want good seed-to-soil contact. So the first thing that follows with this planter is this closing wheel. We're just going to just roll the dirt. Just going to bring it together, roll it over. beveled offset disc, and they're beveled for a reason. So as you get up to higher speeds, you get the planer speed, it's really rolls the curve. So we come back to the chevron press wheel. It's not very straight, but my grandfather wouldn't like that. He'd be yelling at me if I ran a planer like that. They think I'm kidding. All right, so we use a chevron press wheel. And the chevron press wheel has the chevrons on there for a purpose. As things start to get dry and tight, the chevrons provide some stress relief. All right, so as that starts to dry out, it just provides some stress relief. When the corn plant germinates, the seed leaf germinates, the seed germinates, the corn plant wants to go straight up, the path of least resistance. So what we want to do is minimize compaction on top, right? So that's why we keep weight of the row unit away from the furrow to help minimize compaction of the sidewall. And the chevron recesses just provide some stress relief points. So as that kernel, as the seed plant, the corn plant's germinating, it's straight up as much as possible. Because our goal is we plant, remember, we want really good yields in the fall. But to do that, we've got to have even emergence, right, to increase our chances. And one of the ways we do that, a couple ways, placing the seed in the same spot in the V furrow, and then minimizing compaction as that seed plant germinates. Okay, adjustments for depth. There's an adjustment here with a gauge on this side of the unit. As you set that unit, they'll all be the same across the row. So if you set this one at 4, if you set the rest of our units at 4, they'll all be at the same depth. The zero to the dealership, where you can see there's a technique to zero them out, set them on the concrete, turning everything all to 0. Calibration. So what's really important, we want even stands, we want stands that are spaced evenly. We use a firming point to help create the V. So when we drop the seed, it drops in the V. We don't have to worry about where it's placed in the seed furrow. We use a firming point before the seed drops. We don't touch it after the seed drops. We know it's in the bottom of that V. Yes?
Where did you say you set the seed depth, the actual depth at?
Right here, you set with this adjustment. Turns a quarter of an inch. So there'll be a gauge. There's a gauge on this side of the unit.
It tells you the depth.
This is not in inches. It's a quarter of a turn equals an inch.
So if you're setting
Our turn equals a quarter of an inch.
you're setting your corn at 1.5 inches, you turn 1.5 turns.
Okay. In with your planner, do you have stuff your owner's manual? No.
I haven't used it in years.
All right. Yeah. So how to do that? You know, the dealership, when they deliver a planner, they'll double check the calibration on the unit to make sure they're good. It's really, once you get it set, it's something I just recommend checking every year. But usually you don't have to make too many adjustments on it. All right, so keeping the weight, the seed furrow, V trench, firming point takes the W out before the seed drops. Close it with beveled disc. When we come back to the chevron press wheel. Remember, we're looking at emergence, even emergence, even stands. All right. Let's look at the meter and how that operates.